Okay, so super brain yoga. I have people a lot of times ask me, because I'm always recommending super brain yoga, especially for moms. Like, seriously, you should do super brain yoga every day. It takes like less than a minute. And the best way to get your younger kids to do it with you, or any kids or anyone at all, is just for them to see you do it. So make sure you create a routine of starting your day that way. They see you do it and they pick up on it, because really that's a big part of how our children learn. They watch us do something, they start doing it. And I know you know that's true for any time your kid has ever repeated back to you something you feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that or done it that way or anything like that. So yeah, so the first thing, create a routine where they see you do it. And when I first started trying to do this with my kids, I definitely was like, we're doing this, like, come on, do it. It didn't work. So I would not recommend that way of doing it. I would recommend just having them see you do it, because the more that I did that, then I'd be like, hey, do you want to do it with me? They'd be like, no. But now they're at a point where I just go, hey, we're doing this, because they've started to join in with me. And they're like, yeah. And I start them off with just a set of 7, because it's easy to count out and remember, and it gives them a taste of it. And so now our 9-year-old, when I say, okay, let's do it, she's like, oh, well, can we do 14 this time? Can we do more? And that's really great, because she's recognizing how that feels in her, how that impacts her energy, how that impacts her mental clarity and emotional well-being. And I can definitely say the days that I make sure I do this with them, they all get along a lot better. But when you're dealing with even smaller kids, like my 4-year-old, she doesn't quite get it yet, you know, like she kind of understands and she wants to participate because everybody is, but I have to really work with her. So we have just these little small blue chairs. Maybe you remember them from like the 80s. You have like these little blue plastic tables and the blue chairs. So I have her stand in front of the chair, and she does her crossing over, you know, and I hold her. So I say, okay, breathe in, and then I go down, and then I hold her on the chair, breathe out. So she's getting in that sit position and she's getting it right. And it's not perfect, but it doesn't need to be perfect. The idea is just like with anything we practice, they're starting to practice, they're starting to learn. You know, you make sure the hand positions are right and that they're breathing correctly. If they're having trouble, it takes out an element of something they have to control. They don't have to think about, am I holding my hands correctly? Am I breathing correctly? Am I going up and down? You're taking care of the up and down. They don't have to worry about that anymore. It frees up their attention for the other parts. Now, if they don't have a problem with the up and down part, because my 4-year-old wants to go like super, super fast, and then she misses the breathing. So maybe they're not understanding when you breathe in and when you breathe out. So Master Glenn actually taught me this. So he said you can take a tissue and hold it in front of their face. So if they're getting the up and down part, maybe they are at a point where they can sit down to the chair and back up on their own just fine. If you hold the tissue in front of their face and have them focus on the exhale, because you're automatically going to inhale again. So if you have them, okay, you have them breathe in and then have focus on really breathing out to move the tissue as they come back up. It's a visual cue for them that they understand, they can see, it makes it fun. Then when they get back up, they're automatically, you know, going to be ready to inhale on the way back down again. So hopefully that tip helped.